Oh, you know it's going to be good when it's a Vita video. I mean, Vita really does mean life, to the point where it's working to inject more life into the Xbox, or actually vice versa, because somehow we're in a world where Sony obviously moved on from the Vita and dropped support, even shutting down the store here in a few months now. Well, on the flip side, people went ahead and made it so that you can actually stream Xbox games on this thing. Yeah, and I talked about how that was something that people were trying out in Newswave this past week, and I said, you know what, we'll also try it here. I mean, I have my nice light blue Japan Vita, and it is hacked and modded and set up, which you will need that. It needs to at least be soft modded in some way to run some of these programs. But I thought it was such an interesting thing to see live in person here that I thought we would give it a shot. So if you guys enjoy the video, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. All right, so in order to get this, it's easy enough because it's on Vita DB, which is basically, as it sounds like, a database program, but it stores a lot of the different modifications or different user programs that are released. And for us, we actually just need green Vita. All right, that's all we're really looking for here is this guy. And I went ahead and already installed it, but it's easy enough to go in here. I think it was like 13 or 14 megabytes, so the download wasn't bad, and that was kind of it. Now, you do have to sign in to your Windows or Xbox account for it to work, because you're going to be using xCloud, which means you need to have a Game Pass subscription that does support it. But I do have an account that I put on here that does have Game Pass streaming. So it'll sign into Xbox here, which I just had to go to the website and put my information in it does a thing where it activates through a code that it gives you here. But I go in there, there's cloud, and it just loads everything up in a list. So this is a pretty minimalistic list, I guess, here. It doesn't have massive icons all across the screen, but I'd say it gets the job done pretty well. I mean, we can see a quick description for it. It does pull, it looks like, the store rating for it with the stars. It even tells you information about the developers, the publisher, and it also gives you a year that it came out. So it seems pretty good. I guess scrolling through is a little slower, although it does, it'll outrun any images or stuff that loads in. But then when you stop, it seems to populate pretty quickly there. So the thing with the Vita is, of course, it's a system that is almost 15 years old now, which is crazy to say out loud, but it's an older system. So Wi-Fi, as an example, is not the most modern, and that's what we're going to be communicating for game streaming here. And because of that, I have a feeling it's going to be so-so, we'll say, with some of the streaming in terms of the responsiveness, even image quality. Although the other aspect here is the Vita has a lower resolution screen than what would be expected by something like xCloud. I mean, it'd even be thinking of, 720 at the worst. Well, technically, we're lower than that with the Vita. So we're not dealing with 1080p or 1440p, so maybe that'll kind of work to even out. All right, there is Halo Infinite. I'm just going to use the touchscreen to press play. I am on not only the same floor as my... Oh, there's estimated wait time. There's a queue. I'm not only on the same floor as the router that this is communicating to, I am probably 8 feet from it. So this, I would guess, is probably best case scenario for the Vita in terms of not having floors or walls necessarily between it and the access point. So counting down the queue, we'll wait for that and load it up. Provisioning your session. There we go, we're in. Hold back to open. So that's the other thing. I'm not really sure how I get out of the game after it starts. There's probably a button combination that I am not aware of. Although it said hold back, so. Okay, I'm not seeing anything. It's just a blank screen. I guess the good news is I figured out how to get back to the menu, just hold back. So it is working technically, but it is not working. So maybe I have to try restarting it. All right, here we go again. Play. It immediately loaded up that time. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay, we have it. You know, I think it still had probably my previous session, because this threw me right to the title screen. It probably had my previous session still running. So that may have just been a hiccup. There we go, with the application, and I just needed to restart it. I mean, it happens. This isn't exactly an official app that's been released, so, you know, that's kind of the way it goes sometimes. So Let's close that down. I want to go into the campaign. Yes, launch campaign. And I'm curious about the controls now that I'm thinking about this, because I have shoulder buttons, I have face buttons, I have 2 analog sticks. I do not have triggers. I also cannot click in these sticks. So, okay, a little bit of breakup there. Okay, the menu's a little, oh. Yeah, you get some breakup there too. Okay, let's get into the game. Let's load this thing up. Let's see what it looks like in motion. Well, here we are. Oh. It's not very responsive for me. Oh, man. You know what? If I just jump, that'll show you. Hold on. Ready? And click. Oh, man. I don't know if it's, I mean, again, it could be, look, it's through Wi-Fi. I'm in a pretty good scenario here with my Wi-Fi. Again, the access point is, I can see it. It's right over there. Not the greatest experience so far. Let's see. You know, how do I shoot? Okay, so that's wow, okay, that's melee up here. That's my grappling hook, yep. And how do I shoot? Let's see. Oh yeah, I have a back touchpad. Okay, well, that's throw grenade. Everyone look out. Okay. So the back touchpad there is throw grenade. Ooh, sorry about that. This is, what's the bottom? So they have different, oh, okay, there's fire. Fire is the top back touchpad. Zoom in is the bottom. Give me another weapon. Okay, I have a BR. Zoom in is the bottom touch. Oh, that's not great. So I would probably make, because this would be melee, you're going to be shooting way more than you're going to punch people, obviously. I would make this shoot and probably punch be back here. But then you would also need something to zoom. I guess this would I make this? I guess is this zoom, this fire. Throwing grenade is fine. The grappling hook also, it's used, but not nearly as much as I would use zooming. All right, now we're starting to, I just said I was catching up a bit. And now it's, I just threw a grenade at myself. Yep, that's fun. All right, so this is, you know what? I think it's, right now, it's more about, I would say, the fact that this is even a thing, because the Vita shouldn't be doing this, but it isn't exactly a very playable experience so far with Halo Infinite. Let's try a different game. This one did load up pretty fast. I wasn't in, let me move this debug info here. It's in the way. I might have to I might have to change some things up with I'm trying to think of how I'd accelerate. What would the button? Oh, I don't know. The trigger was back here for Halo. Ooh, that could be problematic. All right. Let's see. How do we... Oh, boy. Okay. How do we go? Is it really this back touchpad? Oh, it is. Okay, I'm gonna have to change that immediately. Oh, man. Oh, you know, okay, hold on a minute. Hold on. Okay, you know what? Oh, uh-oh. I say that as I crash head on to a pedestrian who looks like they were vacationing. I mean, they got a canoe on top. Hold on, back up. Back up. Okay, that's backing up. I need to change those. Let me see if this is a good test right here, if that setting will work. So if I get rid of this, and then I swap those, will that work? Yeah, I will leave those enabled because I still might need them for something. Okay, now we're talking. All right. So we're just going to use these guys. I hit the touchpad, and I think that just kicked the camera out a little bit. It is delayed. Racing games, you will feel it as well in any of these cloud streaming services. I crashed into someone else. You'll feel it here, so when I turn, you see how long it takes to just reposition the... Oh, you have to, like, start turning way in advance on your end in order to get the car to respond, because things are... Like, you want a higher frame rate for a racing game because of the responsiveness from that. So 60 is good. If you can go higher than that, even better. Oh man, taking corners is not this xCloud strong suit here. You know what though? I know I'm noticing less breakup than what I had with Halo though. So that's interesting. Halo, I had a lot more breakup. I mean, well, there's stutter, but I feel like we had constant, like the image was just checkerboarding and it looked all pixelated. Image quality here actually looks pretty decent. It's more so just the lag of the controls. And it's I wish I could, like, if you tried this, you would see it's so noticeable when I just try to move the stick for when something happens on screen versus when I press the button. You can kind of see it there too and hear it click. So it is like a full second delay. I mean, it's pretty bad, but it actually looks decent. Like if I was just kind of showing this in a still shot, it would actually look pretty decent here on this screen. The Vita screen, the OLED one specifically, this is not the OLED screen. This is this is the 2000, so it had an LCD screen. And, oh, wow. Well, yeah, that's about right. That's fun. This is the LCD model for the screen. The OLED would have looked really, really good. But my OLED, I do not have modded or anything. I just have this one that I got in. Again, I got it from Japan, just imported in. I decided to make this one my modded Vita, and I just kept the OLED 1000 model stock. And I just play a lot of like different games on there and get trophies and whatever else. So this is just kind of the experimental Vita. Yeah, why not? It's in streaming, so let's load up Palworld. I can't imagine. I'm trying to think of the controls. Oh, good, it does have that on there. I have Palworld on this, and I have it on PlayStation as well. All right, let's see. It's hold on. Huh. Well, there's breakup there for the image. Palworld's a little, obviously a racing game like Forza, a first-person shooter like Halo. It's going to be much more noticeable. This is actually not bad. I mean, you still have some delay, but I feel like something like Palworld's a bit more purposeful here, so it's not going to be as noticeable. Okay, I'm seeing it. What happened to my character? I've not played on this account specifically in a long time. I have a different character now. And this one has not much. I must have like died or something and lost everything. Were my pals all messed up too? No, I was not. Throw them out there. There you go. Let's see. Okay, the thing's just... He's just headbutting that. All right. You know what? Okay, so the Palworld... This one's not bad. I don't have my glider anymore, do I? I lost that too. Great. It's not... This actually is running all right. I don't know if I'd play through the whole thing through cloud streaming. If somebody needs to just jump in and play, and they're on a system that is not capable, right? Like, I get it with MMOs or multiplayer games like these where it's not necessarily about pinpoint accuracy and shooting, and maybe it's just base building or going on. Man, the distant elements are definitely ones that are very prone to breakup, it looks like. But maybe you guys are just base building or messing around or something, and you have like an old laptop. And you're like, why don't you use this and sign in and stream with something like xCloud? I get it. And this seems to work okay right now. It's serviceable. It's not something that I would say is like, as you can see, like the primary way to play. But this is also using the Vita's like older Wi-Fi. I have to imagine, I haven't tried xCloud in quite a while through Wi-Fi. I've tried it through like cable, like Ethernet. I have to imagine this would actually be halfway decent if somebody just came over one night, maybe to a friend's house, everyone's like joining in, and they had to use cloud to be there. Wow, how did I get here? I will give them credit. It technically works. Is it the greatest experience ever? The answer is no. But it's a fun thing to see in action. It is. I mean, if you have a Vita that's modded, you just download the app and then you sign in with your Xbox account and then you're off and running. So I don't know, maybe give it a shot. It was a fun thing to try out. And hey, the Vita, it means life. But in this case, the Xbox technically injecting a bit of life into Sony's last handheld. But let me know what you guys think about this one down below in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.